everybody. How y'all doing today? Mike Hines here, Way of Life Outdoor Survival. Well, y'all, I was out doing some foraging today, and wasn't real sure what I was going to do a video on, but found a couple things I'd like to talk about. Mainly, I want to talk about another edible plant, y'all. Cattail. Everybody, I know you've seen these. One of the first things about cattail, you see these growing somewhere, there's moisture, y'all. There's water, there's something. They grow on streams, rivers, lakes, ponds, swampy areas, just damp spots in ground. A lot of times you see these, even if there's not water there, it's easier to find water. One of the things you have to remember though, a cattail filters everything that's in the water. So you got to be careful what kind of water source you get this from. You don't want to eat something that's been filtered out all the bad stuff and contaminated water and stuff. But so many different uses from cattails, y'all. I know everybody, this time of year, I know everybody's used to this on top of cattail, you know. Well, y'all, this time of year they hadn't started making yet. We'll get to this part here in a minute, but right now what I want to talk about, y'all, is the actual plant and roots itself. These roots on this thing, I've already washed this up and cleaned it up. They are edible. Separate the root from the plant right now. But this is the root, and actually I had another root went down, but I cut it off digging it up. This is actually the root of the cattail. Now a lot of times, y'all, you'll find stuff on the side growing upward. If it's growing upward, it's a new sprout, new growth, and those are edible just like they are. Like I said, this root system on this thing is pretty interesting if you really see how it works. Which I'm sure all these little roots here are probably edible too. In fact, I know they are. Doesn't have a lot of flavor to it or anything. But the main part, this part of the root, is kind of just like the plant. It has like layers, kind of like the leaves are on the top. It has little layers underneath it. And y'all, the thing about this root, you can do so many different things with this. Let's get down here to the part that's already white. This is the most tender part of it, probably, anywhere that it's really white at. Now what we're really after, y'all, like I said, you can actually eat this just like it is. This is the actual root, and if you see, it's really spongy. What we're actually wanting is the core part of it. And you can see if you look at it, the little round part in the center. Now all this is edible. You can actually eat all this, but the reason I'm taking this off, because this is a tougher part of the root. Now you can take this and cook it down. Actually, when you cook it, it's, to me, it compares to between a potato and a cucumber. Kind of has the texture of potato, but it's kind of got the flavor of a cucumber. You can actually take that center part, the core, out and cook it down. And see if I can get this out of here, y'all. You can cook these down and it will almost compare to like a pasta noodle. Believe it or not, this will actually compare to pasta noodle, but it has a flavor, kind of like I said, between a potato and a cucumber. That's the part that we're after right there, y'all, the center of it. When you get that center, like I said, it has a little bit of a cucumbery, musky type flavor, but texture of a potato. Really good, y'all. Now, this is what I was talking about. The root's kind of like the leaves, it's in layers. Well, y'all, you can see the center of this is just like the root was. It has that little circle in the center of it. That's what we're after, is the core. Now there are other uses. We'll go over some more details and stuff. I'm sure there are other uses I could come up with out of this. In fact, while we're talking about it, I want to kind of show you guys something. Some of these leaves on this thing are pretty tough. The outer leaves are pretty strong. So y'all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get above where the white is, where it's just nothing but green. And as y'all can see, that's fibers. Nothing but fibers. Look there. Alright. Y'all know how I do about fibers and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do, I don't know if this will work. What I'm going to do is kind of fold this in half, kind of crease it. And take a couple of them, and I'm going to try. Yeah, look at there. We could actually make cordage out of this, I think, y'all. Let's do a little quick experiment and find out. I'm not saying it would be the strongest cordage in the world, but if you make this when it's green and then dry it, it will strengthen. But what we're going to do, y'all, we're going to take this one and our old, y'all know my favorite twist and wrap method to make cordage. I'm going to twist this one clockwise about 3 times. I'm going to fold this one back over. Now I'm going to twist the opposite one 3 times. Fold it back over. Twist it 3 times. Fold it back over. Twist it 3 times. Fold it back over. I don't know, like I said, that this would have much strength to it right now, but there will always be something I could use it for later. And that's about all I'm going to do right now, y'all. I just wanted to kind of show you. But I want y'all to look, kind of like the yucca plant. If you needed something small, you can actually take these fibers, look at the cordage, look at that fiber. Fibers everywhere. This is a real fibrous plant. Even the actual part that you eat, you can see the fibers in it. Y'all look. Look there. Twist and wrap. Twist and wrap. Anyway, y'all get the idea. Making cordage out of the leaves. Okay. As we get down in this, y'all, just want to kind of show you just layers after layers after layers. This is what we want. This solid round part here. Wow, y'all. It's amazing how that tastes. And I don't know if y'all can see it on camera. I doubt you can. But this has like a, here we go. Now you can probably see it. It has like a little slimy residue. I hope y'all can see that on that leaf. Be better if the sun was out. Y'all look at the fibers in that. That's what I was talking about. But this shiny, sticky residue, actually, believe it or not, this is an antiseptic and an analgesic. Analgesic. Anyway, y'all know what I'm getting at. Well, what that means, y'all, you can take this stuff, rub it on sunburn. It will fight infection on cuts. It will also help with swelling and pain. Just that little gel that grows on there, y'all. It's a real useful thing. All right. Well, that's the main part of that. But now we're going to talk about the head. And I know y'all seen these are dark brown stuff when they, get started and everything. Several uses for this, y'all. I want to show you. I'm going to show you on this other camera here close up. This is where the brown fuzzy part will be before it dries out. Okay? This part right here, the center of this, is what we're talking about now. This is the actual shoot and the head that comes up, kind of like the flower. Okay? Well, just like a flower, these things put off a pollen. You can actually tell certain times of year. It's not the time of year for the pollen. Actually, the green ones haven't even made heads yet, which I'm waiting for that because this part right here that I was telling you about, when this is green and growing, you can actually peel the leaves and stuff back to this part, almost like shucking corn. And y'all, this will be real green, kind of a green yellow looking. And you can actually take this part, I'll show you. You take this outer part off, the fuzziness. Okay, now before this outer part starts growing, the actual flower of the plant, where the pollen and stuff is, this part right here, you can actually roast that on a fire and eat it, and y'all believe it or not, it tastes just like corn. It's almost like corn on the cob. Which there are several uses for this. Like I was saying, this part will get green first. The center of this will come out first. Your shoot will come out with this on the top. You pull your shoots, your shuck, kind of your leaf and your shuck back, roast this, and like I said, it's like corn. Okay. Then the next step is this part starts growing. Well, before this part dries out, it makes a yellow powder all over it, and that is the pollen. Well, if you take a container when this is green, while the pollen's on, bend this over. You can use a bag, a plastic bottle, anything that's a fit down in, and you shake it vigorously. The pollen will be trapped inside your container. You take that pollen, y'all, and you can use it as a flour. Actually, I know a guy that makes pancakes out of cattail pollen. Some of the best pancakes ever had, y'all. Just take an egg, mix with it, ready to go, pancake mix. The pollen is the second step of the growing process. The third one is the brown head you see on top, okay? Then after these die down, y'all, the dead cattail, the actual fuzziness of this, I'm gonna tell y'all what. I got my little fire starter stuff here with me. I just want to show y'all. One of the best fire starters ever was, y'all. It's got good traits and bad traits. Like I said, it's easy to take a spark. It lights quick, but it also burns out quick. Just a little trick for you. The smaller you separate this out and the finer you make it, the faster and hotter it's going to burn. But you need to have other stuff ready to put on top of this, y'all, because I'm telling you, it don't last long. You want to have you some dry grass or small limbs, twigs, something like that ready to go on. But just to give you an idea, here's how quick these things will start. Look at that, y'all. Ain't that amazing? But you could use some more of this and add to it. Stir it around, keep it going. The main thing is you don't want the density of it to put your fire out. You keep it stirred around. It'll stay lit long enough for you to take grass and leaves and limbs and put on it and catch them on fire. Stuff like that. Real beneficial thing in starting a fire, y'all. I mean, it works great. Look here. I hope y'all can see that. I think it probably worked okay. Just in case, I'm going to give you another little view here. Just to show you. Now, like I said, it burns quick, but if you get it put out, all you got to do, fluff it up a little more. Sometimes 1 or 2 strikes about all it takes. Boom. Instant fire starter, y'all. But y'all, I was just out here, like I said, I was messing around doing some foraging today. Been out picking some dandelions, some plantain, stuff like that. Run across these cattails this time of year. Those little green shoots with that cucumber flavor, y'all, I'm telling you. I'm gonna take them inside, cook them up with some butter. And we're gonna have them along with some broth and stuff tonight on the side, y'all. But anyway, I just want to tell y'all, I appreciate you watching. I hope y'all got some useful information out of this, and we'll see y'all next time.